Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga Upload. I'm Maris Aylward. Today's video is a post tutorial on low lunge, Anjaneyasana. We'll go through proper alignment, how to avoid common mistakes, the benefits of doing low lunge, also modifications you can do and props you can use to make the pose more accessible and easier on your body, plus some other variations you can add to it. Basic shape of your low lunge, you have your right leg in front in this case, with the right knee bent. You have the back leg behind you with the left knee on the ground. And typically you'll have your arms up. You can look forward, or you might add a mild back bend, lift the heart and gaze up. Now let's refine the pose. Let's talk about some alignment points here and how to avoid some common issues. First, common mistake that I see is having the front knee way forward of the ankle. For your low lunge, you want to stack your joints. So you have that knee directly over that ankle, knee and the toes are facing forward. And for the back leg, you have that knee slightly behind your hip. You're getting a pretty powerful stretch here on the back leg, on your hip flexors, your quads, the groin area. Now the front leg is getting a different kind of stretch, and we're also doing some strengthening work here. This pose is of great benefit to you, especially if you're athletic, you run, you bike, or you're not athletic and you're sitting down all the time. This would be a really good pose and stretch for you. Another common problem that I see is having the stance too narrow, meaning the front foot and the back knee are almost walking a tightrope. So that's going to make it really hard to balance. So if you feel wobbly in this pose, it might be because of that narrow stance. Widen your stance. You want the front foot and that back knee to be about hip distance apart. And that way your hips are going to be nice and even facing forward. You'll have the most stability with this wide stance, stacking front knee over ankle, back knee is slightly behind the hip. Keep your spine nice and tall. A third problem that I see here is overly arching the lower back. So to fix that, the key alignment point here is to draw your tailbone down towards the floor and draw your low belly in. That way you're not overly arching the lower back. The spine is nice and long. Now once you have your strong foundation in your legs, even hips, nice long spine, then you can add your arms, reach them up. You can look forward at one spot, or you can take your gaze up, and that small change will make it more challenging for your balance. Relax your shoulders, your neck, your face, and breathe. Now, if low lunge is a challenging pose for you, there are ways to make it a little more accessible. If that back knee is tender and sensitive, it's always helpful to have a blanket under that knee so you have some extra padding. I always like to do this when I teach class, to have a blanket on standby in case the knee is sensitive. So this has made the pose way more comfortable on that bottom knee for me. Now, even if with wide stance and you still find yourself wobbling, you might need some support. You can practice close to a wall, so you can have one hand on the wall, or you can also use some blocks, and you might just stay low for this one. You might have your blocks on either side of you under your shoulders, and that way you can support yourself, still keeping those same alignment points, drawing tailbone down, pulling the belly in, keeping the spine long, and not worrying too much about your balance. You'll still get the same benefits of the stretching and the strengthening work. Now we are also working the upper body here. When you have your arms up, you want to keep the shoulders relaxed down. You can add a back bend here by lifting the heart, drawing the shoulder blades together. Now when you do that, when you add a back bend, make sure that you, again, don't overly arch that lower back. You're still maintaining that long lumbar spine, that long low back. Keep the back bend on the upper part of your spine. And breathe. Now, once you have a strong and stable foundation in your lower body, you can add different variations to your low lunge. You might add a side stretch. So if your left leg is in front, you'll have your right arm up. Take your right wrist with the left hand, reach it up, and gently fold towards the left. You get a really good side stretch here, this entire right side. Another thing is to add a twist. You can do a simple twist here. Have your right hand on the outside of that left leg, long spine, turn to the left. You can even reach that left arm back. And here you're still keeping your hips facing the short edge of your mat. Just the upper part of your spine does the twist. If it's available to you, you might even try a prayer twist. You'll have your elbow on the outside of that thigh. Press your palms together. Lots of other things you can play around with here. You might have your arms up, palms together, bend your elbows, thumbs towards your upper back, adding an even deeper back bend here, lifting the heart. And last variation I have for you is if you want an even deeper, more intense stretch here on your back leg, you can try lifting the back foot up. And again, be sensitive, make sure it doesn't hurt your knee. Start to bring that heel towards the hip, and you'll feel an even deeper stretch here. For some, you might even reach your hand back, grab that foot, and bring it closer for an even deeper stretch. And of course, breathe. Low lunge is a simple pose that has a lot of benefits, and it also helps prepare your body for other more intermediate and advanced poses. Also, done correctly, it can feel really, really good on the body. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions or requests for other pose tutorials, please write that in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.